Technology is always progressing. Faster, flashier, more impressive equipment replaces previous generations so quickly, it's become almost impossible to keep up. We're told that because the new model is better, the old one is no longer valid. Today, this phenomenon has, once again, hit Polaris RZR XP buyers square in the head. I've tested the RZR XP more than once, and I really like it. I've always given it great reviews because I really do believe it's an excellent machine with a long list of pluses and only a few minor negatives. But in the wake of Polaris's RZR 1000 XP release earlier this year, the question on most people's minds, including my own, is simply this. Is the RZR XP 900 still good enough to stand on its own? Or will it become a blur in the background of the 1000? So let's take a look at what the XP 900 is and see whether or not it has a place in Polaris's RZR lineup. Before the RZR XP, the highest performance pure sport side-by-side on the market was Polaris's RZR S 800, which was doing the job just fine, or so we thought. The truth is, the base RZR platform was simply being used as a donor chassis and motor for an endless list of upgrades and modifications needed to take the sport side-by-side to the next level of performance. Polaris took one look at this situation and immediately realized the huge market potential for a vehicle that already had all these upgrades right from the factory. More horsepower, more travel, and more width were what was needed. The RZR XP 900 was what we got. From the very first time I mashed the throttle to the floor in the XP 900, I was impressed. The 900 Twin produces 88 ponies and, in a vehicle that is, by today's standards, fairly small, it feels snappy and fast. When pitted against even the Wildcat X and Maverick this past season, it managed to hold its own in the power department, if only by the tips of its fingernails. 14 inches of travel from its front AA arms and 3-link trailing arm rear suspension system were, for the longest time, the longest travel you could get. The Wildcat changed all that by offering 18 inches of front and rear travel, but today, even the innovative Maverick doesn't have more than 14. When it comes to travel, what's the one thing that's more important than length? Easy, quality. 14 inches of well-controlled and predictable travel is better than 20 inches of crap. For some reason, when the Maverick and Wildcat hit the scene, the world seemed to assume the XP 900 suspension was, all of a sudden, not good enough. This couldn't be more wrong. The XP 900 is, in 2013, the second best riding pure sport side-by-side. Is it as good as the new 1000? No, but that certainly doesn't mean it's not good. Ergonomically speaking, all 2013 RZRs are based on the same cockpit and are all on the small side. Legroom is tight, seats are close together, there's just not a lot of space in here. However, the seats are decent and the seating position is very good. Riding alone feels totally livable, and the only time riding with a passenger gets uncomfortable is when your passenger is abnormally large. Our RZR XP is an LE model, which simply means it has flashy graphics, stitched seats, cool aluminum wheels, and of course, power steering. But the power steering system on this model is just odd. The truth is, of all pure sport side-by-side models on the market, the RZR XP 900 needed power steering the least. It actually steers fine without it, but having power steering is always a bonus, unless it works like this system does. Too much assist gives a vague feeling and it makes it very difficult to find center with the wheels when you want to go straight. Sure, steering is ultra light, but the dynamic nature of this system is not aggressive enough. 64 inches is an industry standard width for pure sport side-by-sides, so stability is not an issue. Keep in mind, the RZR 900 is very short compared to the Wildcat, Maverick, and even the new RZR 1000. This makes it a far better choice for tight situations where quick handling is an advantage. And this brings us back to my original question. Does this vehicle still belong in Polaris's RZR lineup? The answer, in my opinion, is a simple matter of value. There's no question that these days, pure sport side-by-sides are not getting any cheaper. In 2014, the RZR XP 900 retails for about $4,000 less than the 1000 and is substantially less than the Wildcat X or Maverick XRS, so the answer is easy. While the RZR 1000 is better in 99% of situations, the 900 is an excellent value for this class of vehicle. We think it absolutely deserves to stick around. It's still competitive, it's highly upgradable, and it actually has an edge in tight spaces. For the money, it gives people who can't afford the newest, flashiest models a completely respectable and quite impressive way to enter the pure sport market. Whether it sticks around or not, we feel the 2013 RZR 900 XP offers an excellent balance of power, handling, and ride. Space inside is a little tight, but is forgivable in light of its perfectly tuned suspension. With a little less assist from its EPS, the XP900 would give us nearly nothing to complain about. Take into consideration its lowest in class MSRP for 2014, and this RZR gets a very favorable recommendation.